And we are live all across Northwest and West Central Ohio from a filled-up range at Antwerp High School. Big matchup in Green Meadows Conference tonight as the Archers play host to their long-standing rivals, the Raiders of Wayne Trace. Hello again, everyone, alongside my partner, Miles Holliday. I'm Randy Roberts. The big one we've got, we thought this would maybe be for control of the GMC, and we'll talk about the conference race when we get into our night partner, but a big matchup, big rivalry, 57th time Antwerp and Wayne Trace get together.
Oh, buddy, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? If this place has the amount of energy that the JV game had, that place was bananas. This place is going to be electric for this one. Big-time game, has a great feeling here tonight.
And talked about maybe a sellout. Looks like there are maybe seats here and there still available. So if you are planning on making the trip, I would do it quickly. If not, settle in to get ready for what should be a good one. What Miles alluded to, JV game all the way down to the wire, 1-point win. Questionable officiating at the end. Don't want to say anything, not getting one, but a couple of calls there. Kind of went both ways, but that is the game of basketball. A free throw decides this one, 27-26.
Don't want to dwell on the JV game way too much, but I've never seen standing ovations and people on their feet for a JV game. It shows you how important this rivalry is between the two communities, the two schools. If they're caring that much about a JV game, what's it going to be like in here tonight for the varsity game? It's going to be absolute bananas.
Yeah, it's going to be big. I want to tell you that our pregame sponsor for tonight's broadcast between Wayne Trace and Antwerp is the State Bank. Invest in the Northwest and West Central Ohio. Skilled, objective, and caring financial planners. All right, partner, let's talk about the Archers of Antwerp. Coming in at 9-2, 2-1 in the GMC. They're in a four-way tie for second place right now. Started 1-2, so they have found something that has worked. Their lone GMC loss came back to Paulding, 52-48 here on Antwerp's home floor, but they have one of the best individual players around. We're going to see two of the top scorers in the area in this matchup tonight, but a lot of things that Landon Brewer can do with the basketball.
Yeah, a team that started out 1-2, won 8 straight, and you really have to go back and think how much of that extended playoff run in football hurt this basketball team, because Coach Billman wasn't really to have a full squad until about maybe 3 games into the season, right? Remember Ultimus, he was still nursing that ankle that he hurt from the football playoffs, and he didn't have a lot of practice time. But since they've been all back together 100%, rolled off 8 in a row, so they've got things going in the right direction. But you're right, buddy. Landon Brewer, number 21, he is the straw that stirs the drink here offensively, and he's really improved defensively. It's a really dynamic team when they get guys like Carson Ultima scoring in double digits and Reed Leasty. Now it makes it tougher to defense. They have to double on Landon Brewer, which everybody wants to do.
Brewer, double-double average so far this year, 22 points, 11 rebounds, also adds 2 assists. Miles talked about Carson Ultimus, 10.5 points. Reed Leasty just under 10. And Parker Moore, maybe one of the more underrated point guards in the area, dishes out about 3 assists. Maybe he doesn't put the ball in the hoop as much as other players, but still, he knows his role, does it well for this Antwerp basketball team.
Well, you wondered when the general Luke Krause graduated, what a great point guard he was here for years. They would be a team that would turn the ball over trying to figure out what the point guard situation is going to be like. Not the case. Parker Moore's done a great job, 3 assists a game, and they only average 10 turnovers a game. That's a great formula to be successful.
Let's talk a little bit about the Raiders of Wayne Trace and what kind of an enigma in the year that they have had. 8-4, 1-2 in the GMC. And Miles, it seems like every time they have something figured out, there's that 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You take a look at their 4 losses, 10 points, 3 points, 1 point, 2 points.
Yeah, right. I think the graduation of the Sin brothers from a year ago, they're still trying to figure out how to deal with that, right? Last year they had 5 guys that if you didn't guard them on the perimeter, they could bury the 3-ball, right? Mm-hmm. The depth isn't there so far, but it is getting better. And don't forget, Jim Linder, what's he do? He plays absolutely everybody, too. So they will not back away from anybody that's a quality program. They have a tough schedule. I do say, though, everybody thought they'd be maybe 10-2 at the worst, 8-4, a little bit surprising, but the 1-2 inside the league, this is a must-win for both teams. Because remember, this isn't round robin in the GMC.
Mm-hmm.
It is only one shot, baby. It's an M&M league, right? One shot, you better make it. So if they lose tonight, they are out. It's an elimination night, so you got to count on your big guys. Well, who are your big guys? Brooks Lockoff, Kyle Stoller, and Tyler Davis. They've got to do a great job for them to continue to be in the league race tonight.
Now let's talk a little bit about that GMC race while we have a moment here, Miles. We mentioned Paulding, who defeated Antwerp, gave them their only league loss. That Paulding currently sits at 3-0 at top of the conference, but then you have Hicksville, Antwerp, Ayersville, Tenora, all sitting at 2-1. We're going to figure a lot out over the next 4 weeks when we get through conference play. But you have Paulding, home with Hicksville, home with Fairview, at Tenora, home with Wayne Trace. Hicksville at Paulding, home with Tenora, at Antwerp here, and then Edgerton. Antwerp, we mentioned, the game tonight with Wayne Trace. They still have to go to Ayersville. They have Hicksville left as well. Ayersville still has a game with Antwerp left, along with a game at Edgerton. Tenora is home with Ayersville tonight. They still go to Hicksville. They have Paulding and Antwerp left. So I'm going to make you earn your money tonight, buddy. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Who wins the GMC?
Ooh, baby. How about that? I'm going to go, even though last year Wayne Trace won it, people forget that, right? They forget Wayne Trace won it as great as a year that Antwerp had. They went to the Final Four, didn't win their own league. Absolutely crazy, right? I'm going to go with Antwerp. Antwerp's going to win it from here out. They're not going to lose any more games in the GMC, and they're going to win it. I think somebody beats Paulding. Paulding, a great shooting team. However, you know how tough it is to be a great shooting team every single night out? Mm-hmm. That's going to be tough. Might have a bad night where they shoot it wrong. Someone's going to knock them off.
So while we have a moment here, Miles, let's get into our pregame checks. Our checks to the game sponsor for tonight's broadcast between Wayne Trace and Antwerp is the State Bank. Invest in the Northwest of West Central Ohio. Skilled, objective, and caring financial planners.
Yeah, number one for Wayne Trace. Brooks was here. Oh, he's got to make a statement, say I was here. Brooks Lockoff, number 20, Randy, 6'3". He is a junior, but he is a stat stuffer supreme. 23 points a game, 4 rebounds. He has 29 steals on the year. And just when you think all he does is get steals and turn them into turnovers, oh no. He takes those turnovers, makes them into points, but he can shoot from behind the arc as well. 44% from behind the arc this year.
Wow.
And he might be the best I've ever seen at shooting threes off the dribble. Absolutely quick release. He is a lot of fun to watch. Number 2, it's okay to deflect. You know, when you're arguing with your wife and you try to deflect.
I deflect it all off onto you.
That's not okay.
That's not what you mean.
That's not okay. But in basketball, it's okay to deflect, because those deflections, when they're full court press, usually turn into turnovers. Turnovers lead to points. And then number 3, bring your man card. It is going to be a big-time rebound matchup inside. Stoller, Davis, average 7 and 9 rebounds apiece. They've got to be men inside.
We're going to take a quick break here while they get ready for our national anthem. We'll have the Antwerp checks of the game when we return. You're watching high school basketball live on WOSN. Great job by the Antwerp Pep Band with a performance of our national anthem. Raider Roberts, Miles Holiday back with you here on the range in Antwerp. Our partner, let's pick up where we left off before the break. Our State Bank checks to the game. We talked about Wayne Trace. How about the checks of the game for the homestanding Antwerp Archers?
Hey, hit on 21, right? You win with 21. That is, of course, Landon Brewer, number 21, the 6'4" junior. Buddy, he is so good. Might be the player of the year in the GMC. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and he's had 10 blocks. He's going to have to be big here tonight. Carry a lot of the offense early tonight for Antwerp. Number 2, Mr. Cool must be Mr. Big. Well, who's Mr. Cool? That's Carson Ultimus, right? Averages 11 points a game. But the real key for him being big tonight, he guards the post for the opponent. Now, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but we know he's tough. We've seen him play football. 6 foot. He's got to do a great job on the big post players of Wayne Trace. And then number 3, pass fakes. This is a Wayne Trace defense that lives on transition buckets off of turnovers. Get those hands up in the air with pass fakes, pass around the hands, be good with the basketball. Pass fakes huge to beat that pressure.
So looking forward to what should be a good one tonight here as they go through the introductions of the cheerleaders here in Antwerp. We can tell you that the free WOSN Scores app is the easiest way to follow local high school sports. No, it covers more schools, more sports, and more scores than WOSN. Search WOSN in the App Store or the Android Play Store. And if you want proof that no one covers more schools or sports than WOSN, well, you might be asking, how can I prove it? Well, I can't myself, but why don't you check out the Sports Report tonight at 10 o'clock?
Oh, Sports Report's a great show, isn't it? Patrick Kamler always does a great job on there. They get all kinds of scores. And you and I, after the game, what do we love to do? We check that app for all the scores.
That's right. So looking forward to that one. Introductions of the starting lineups being done right now. See that Wayne Trace being introduced. Looks like new uniforms this year out of the Raiders. And once again, we want to tell you that a pregame sponsor for our broadcast tonight between Wayne Trace and Antwerp is the State Bank, invested in Northwest and West Central Ohio with skilled, objective, and caring financial planners. So the starting lineup tonight for Wayne Trace: Hudson Myers, Tanner Lockoff, Brooks Lockoff, Tyler Davis, and Kyle Stoller. And the introduction of the Antwerp starting lineup here will be done momentarily. And a little bit of a light show going on here on the range.
And how about Coach Billman in the background right there? He's not nervous. I see him chewing the gum and popping bubbles back there. Coach Billman, he's ready to go.
So 361 career wins at their respective schools between Coach Billman and Jim Linder, now in his 15th year at Wayne Trace. Coach Billman, about 100 more at Bryan.
Boy, this has a big-time feel in here, doesn't it? Student section on the floor to greet the starters. Buddy, the temperature in here is getting warmer as the time increases. It's going to be a warm environment, and both crowds, Wayne Trace has traveled extremely well. Both crowds are going to be absolutely electric in here tonight.
Not exactly a long trip for these two. Meeting, by the way, for the 57th time, with Wayne Trace leading the all-time series 40-16. Raiders have won 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4. We saw last year's battle 54-50 in the Palace. How about the year before, 2021, 46-45. So here's Wayne Trace, 2 wins in a row by combined 5 points over the Archers.
Yeah, 2 years ago, it's kind of an upset. Sin for the win on the 3-ball to beat Antwerp. And then last year, a game that we did, Landers had a shot at the end. Great defense by Wayne Trace, kind of snuffed that out. That was the only loss until the Final Four for Antwerp a year ago.
And our officials for this contest tonight, as I look through my pregame notes, Michael McGirt, Chester McFadden, and Gary Brubaker. As Gary Brubaker ready to throw this one up. Tip is going to be controlled by the Raiders, and we are underway. So those of you unfamiliar, Wayne Trace in the red, Antwerp in the white. Raiders set up first. Stoller with the basketball. He'll get rid of it. Comes over to the wing, going all the way down to the baseline. Tanner Lockoff. Now to Brooks, back behind him. Stoller once again. There's that quick release 3. Miles was talking about that. It's going to be off the mark. Rebound wasn't controlled. It's going to end up being an offensive board for the Raiders. They'll get another possession. Pull-up jumper up in the lane is going to be good as Tanner Lockoff able to get the first bucket of the night.
Now it's going to help Tanner, the freshman, get a little confidence in him, getting a big early bucket. How many times do you think Brooks and him have played one-on-one in the driveway over the years?
I'm sure. Some good battles, too. So a little shoe issue, 2-0 just underway. Our scoreboard tonight brought to you by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Archers with a basketball for the first time tonight. Brewer thought about stepping into that 3.
Now look at all the attention that Brewer gets when the ball is away.
Parker Moore trying to drive inside. We'll get a whistle and a foul. Tyler Davis trying to tell the officials that he held his ground, but we'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I guess he stole her with a little bit of an improper closeout, goes for the up fake. Both teams starting out man-to-man defensively. Got to make sure shooters stay in front of you. Don't let dribble drive beat you. I wonder if both teams are just a little bit too geeked up early. A lot of adrenaline pumping through those veins.
So here's Parker Moore, who's 16 of 22, now 17 of 23 this year from the charity stripe as he knocks down his first one. Makes it 2-1 on our carry insurance scoreboard. Second one airborne, nothing but net, and we're tied early on.
Little 1-2-2 now out of Antwerp. They got Lockoff in the middle for Wayne Trace. Dangerous spot if he catches it in the middle because they can turn and lead the break.
Pressure underneath. Contact under the basket, no call. Shots up, no good. And Landon Brewer comes away with a miss. Back to Moore. Brewer being chased, has the ball at the wing. Wants a screen, he'll get one as he comes around.
Yeah, see Hudson Myers on top of Brewer. And everybody is aware for Wayne Trace where Brewer is so they can hedge and help. Brewer's going to have to dribble, drive, and kick, and somebody's got to make threes to alleviate that issue.
And a three attempt there was up, no good. Rebound went out of bounds, and the Raiders will get the basketball back. Tanner Lockoff walks this one into the front court.
And look at the battle inside. That's Ultimus on Stoller. Giving up about 3 inches and some weight, but Ultimus is battling.
Hudson Myers with it now, picks up his dribble, finds Stoller. They're swinging around to the left point. Trying to find something inside. Instead, Tanner Lockoff will just take it himself and gets the friendly bounce.
Now it's twice now that Lockoff has found his way into the middle of the key and able to deliver. Who would have thought that the freshman would deliver the first 4 points of this game?
Antwerp able to bring the ball into the front court. Reed Leasty with it. Skip pass over the top. Now again, Parker Moore.
Yeah, Hudson Meyer just totally denying Brewer.
Parker Moore with a little up and under move to tie us up. Raiders quickly come back under the attack. So way off in your screen there momentarily, you saw head coach Jim Linder continue with the motion.
Yeah, Wayne Trace has a mismatch on a low block. Antwerp ran a switch, now they're back to normal.
Pull-up jumper from the baseline and able to fill that up, Brooks Lockoff.
How quickly he just gets that release on that baseline jumper. Special type of player, Brooks Lockoff.
Be interested to see how quickly the two 20-point scorers go. Three-pointer there by Antwerp's 20-point scorer. Landon Brewer is no good.
Yeah, you wonder if it was just too many possessions without him getting a shot right. Once he got it in his hands, he could have been 30 feet and he was going to give it a shot. He had a good look.
He just couldn't fall. Now the Raiders with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Still 4.5 minutes left to go here in quarter number one.
A little horn set here for Wayne Trace. Post players on the elbow. Well defended by Antwerp.
The long three, top of the keys, no good. Nice job of the one-handed rebound, Tyler Davis. Get it inside, Stoller with a turn through a double team. That one's off the mark. Rebound still loose on the floor, and finally it's going to be saved before headed out of bounds. Brewer looking for someone. Skip pass comes inside, and we're going to get a whistle. It looks like a couple of free throws coming up here.
Now, smart move by Brewer. Gets the pass on transition. Don't pull it out because then you're going to have to work hard to get the ball back. Go ahead and attack. Double team gets to him. Finds Mr. Cool in the middle of the lane, shooting twice.
So here's Carson Aldemus, who's 15 of 23 from the free throw line this year. He'll fill up the first one. Zane McMichael now enters the contest.
Zane led us in the building today. Natalie clad with that pink tie.
Second free throw off the mark. Rebounds loose, still controlled by the Raiders.
I really like Zane McMichael's game. He's really starting to develop double figures in 2 of the last 3 games here for Antwerp.
Raiders looking again inside. They wait for that cutter, can't find anything. Stoller holds high. Being patient once again. Trying to work his way inside is Tyler Davis.
Yeah, a little bit of a push off there by Davis.
Myers trying to muscle his way under the basket. He'll lose the handle.
Yeah, correction, it was Myers on the baseline. I said Davis, but it was Myers that had a little bit of a forearm to get himself free. Officials letting him play early.
Brewer with it. He's going to have the ball knocked out of his hands, but he'll get it back. Good ball movement. Here's Parker Moore once again for three. Left-handed shot, no good. Now foul going the other ways. We're going to have a push-off. We'll take a look at the replay.
Hey, great recognition by Brewer to get the ball inside. They had the open look. Until they start hitting that open look three, they're going to keep doubling Brewer. Somebody's going to have to make Wayne Trace pay for face guarding and doubling Brewer.
It's Aldemus with the foul. His first, team's first. So 3 minutes left to go in our opening quarter. You see in our Carry Insurance scoreboard. Raiders lead this one by a point. It's 6-5. Davis, he'll take the three. That one a little sidewinder's no good. Brewer finally able to control the rebound. Antwerp's had some problems, a couple defensive possessions, just securing rebounds. McMichael trying to go baseline. He's got a bit of a size mismatch going against him.
McMichael's a guy, if he gets it in the corner, can bury a three.
Three from the wing, put up by Leasty. That's going to be no good. Another one and done. Here's the Raiders with it. Stoller, no one picks him up, so he'll fire away long range. Rebound tipped up, offensive rebound into the hands of Cale Winans, who's fouled from behind. And we'll see the Raiders shooting a couple of free throws.
Already 3 offensive rebounds for Wayne Trace. Cale Winans right here gets this one, goes up strong. Good little up fake and ouch. How about a forearm across the nose?
Parker Moore guilty of the foul. Good work by our camera crew to get that one.
Yeah, Cal, a heck of a football player. Tremendous linebacker. So you know he's not afraid of some physicality inside.
Winans 4 out of 5 from the line. Will miss the first. More substitutions enter for both squads.
And only 38% on the year from the free throw line for Cal. Settle down, get a deep breath, let this one go.
Missed the second one as well, but another offensive rebound. Lockoff thought about pulling up, free throw line extended, instead gets rid of the basketball.
Now, I thought he had a clear path to the basket, actually.
A loose ball on the floor, and finally we'll get a whistle and the tie-up. And the arrow will head over to Antwerp.
A good dig out right there by Brewer on Stoller. Loose ball. Hey, look at that. A little demolition derby here in Antwerp. All 4 guys getting dirty. Splinter time.
Archers come away with it. Still down by a point here. A very low scoring opening quarter.
Yeah, Randy, Antwerp very fortunate. Giving up 4 offensive rebounds already. Only down by 1 point.
Short corner pass. McMichael resets the offense. Good look inside. Strong take, but it's no good. Put up by Leasty. Raiders will get it.
I think he was a little surprised how free he was.
Lockoff right to the basket. We'll get a body contact and a foul.
You're going to get Camden Fuller on the foul. Watch a little hesitation dribble right here. Oh, he set him up, didn't he? And all of a sudden the arm bar. Arm bars are okay in pro wrestling. Here in basketball, though, they'll call it. That one goes against Fuller.
Raiders forced to inbound underneath their basket, having a little bit of trouble with it. Gets into the corner. Lockoff coming through. A little flick shot over the top. No good. And a good rebound pulled down. Carson Aldemus comes away with it.
Stoller had it in his hands. Aldemus just wanted a little bit more.
Down near the 1 minute mark here in a fast-moving opening frame.
Boy, no matter who comes in to guard Brewer, what are they going to do? They're just going to total deny him all the way around. Going to have to spread out the floor and go backdoor cut on that.
3 ball, no good. Davis able to come away with a rebound. Camden Fuller would have push-off called, but won't get it. See the Raiders once again being patient with the basketball. Down under 30 seconds to go here in our opening quarter.
Well, Stoller had the post established, didn't get the pass. Little weave action out top.
Brady Miller with the basketball right now. Ball now in the hands of the guy you want in this situation, Brooks Lockoff.
High screen and roll look.
Lockoff thought about the step back. Down to 5 to go. Here's Stoller. So the kick into the corner. Baseline jumper at the horn's going to be no good. And that's how the opening quarter will end. Lots of action, not a lot of scoring. 6-5. We'll take a break here at WOSN. Six to 5, our score after one quarter play. Wayne Trace with the lead over Antwerp. We talked about the offenses, we talked about the scores, and it's been the defense. That's been the name of the game here in the opening 8 minutes.
It's definitely been a grinded out kind of affair. And this is like a playoff in the NBA where both teams know each other extremely well and they're calling out each other's sets before they even run it, right? It has been grind. Not a game where it's not entertaining though. Just they know each other so well. And until these big guns get going, Lockoff and Stoller for Wayne Trace and Brewer for Antwerp, it might be a grinded out affair.
Landon Brewer held scoreless in that opening quarter. Brooks Lockoff with just 2. Parker Moore been the big surprise, 4 points already this opening frame.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Brewer the ball on the move. They're getting to a half-court set. So tough to get him the basketball because Wayne Trace is denying him and then giving help with that denial. And they're really doing a good job of saying that anyone for Antwerp is going to beat us, but it's not going to be Landon Brewer.
So Raiders with the basketball as we begin our second quarter. Lockoff able to walk this one into the front court, has the ball in his hands right now. There's the pull-up jumper we've seen so much.
How smooth is that? The ability to rise and fire, special for number 20.
Now an 8-5 lead, 8-5 game, so a 3-point lead. I know what I'm trying to say. The baseline jumper is an open look. Camden Fuller couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Putback is no good. Rebound's knocked out of bounds near the Wayne Trace cheerleaders. It looks like it's going to stay with the Archers.
Yeah, scrappy play by Camden Fuller. Right? Didn't get the rebound, but harassed the rebound enough where it goes off of Wayne Trace.
Archers have to shoot this one up top of the key to get the inbound in. Reed Leasty now with the ball in his hands. He's going to get a screen. Comes inside. There's Moore once again. Another open look. Long rebound. He gets it back. Double teamed inside. He'll get rid of the basketball. It's now loose on the floor, and the Raiders will come up with a turnover.
Just a situation. Young man not used to being in the middle of the key on the low block. Brought the ball down low, got it stolen.
Lockoff to Lockoff. 3-ball, no good. That one tracked down in the corner. Fuller comes away with a miss. See Brewer calling for everyone to move quickly into the front court. He wanted the ball in his hands. He's going to have at least 2 players around him most of the time. Here's a good take. And how about that bucket out of Reed Leasty?
Great recognition by Leasty. Sees the double team on Brewer. Instead of selling for a 3, attack it because you got 4 on 3. And then the finish. Watch him leave his eyes on the rim, Randy. He knows he's going for an old-fashioned 3-point attempt.
Wayne Trace fouls on Carter Clemens, who came in at the quarter break. It's going to be his first. At least he was 11 of 18 from the free throw line. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. More importantly, as he misses, had a chance to tie it up. Long pass into the corner. That one nearly over the head of Stoller.
Oh, what amazing hands to go get that one by Stoller.
Stoller wanted a little give and go, but Antwerp read that one. Instead, they'll try to get the long lob in. That's going to be knocked away. Antwerp forces the turnover. The pivot once again. As Reed Leasty able to get a second bucket of the period.
He picked up his dribble and everybody kind of forgot about him. Go ahead and spin a Rooney, kiss it off the glass. Nice little smooch for Leasty.
Archers now in front by a point here as we near the 6-minute mark of our first half. Ball goes under the bucket to Hudson Myers. Myers with a kick out. Tanner Lockoff for 3. That's going to be no good. Brewer with the rebound and go. Brewer right now at the free throw line, dribbles off his foot. And we will get a tie-up. Arrow's going to stay with Antwerp.
And I see Coach Jim Linder talking to Hudson Myers right there. I think he's talking about making sure Brewer doesn't catch it on the move in transition. You're going to deny him. Make sure you're picking him up at half court.
Raiders able to throw it right back into Leasty. That one's going to be blocked, holding his ground defensively. Tyler Davis.
Davis used all 6'4" of his frame to send that one back to sender.
Davis with it right now. Gets rid of the basketball, and Brooks Lockoff. Screener got in his way. He was ready to go with that one. Lockoff, a little crossover, the pull up. Can't get it to go. Myers flying in for the offensive rebound. Sticks it up and in.
Great recognition by Myers to see the trajectory of the rebound. He skied and got it, and then the quick putback.
There is what Wayne Trace does so well. They'll force the turnover as Brooks Lockoff able to turn that into points.
Yeah, Lockoff gets about 6 to 8 points out of his 22 average just doing that. Being aware defensively, gets a steal and able to finish.
Back to a 3-point lead for the Raiders here, 12-9. Pass is going to be saved from going out of bounds, but it ends up into the hands of Stoller. Stoller's going to lead on 2-on-2, and Brewer's going to be called for the foul from behind.
Well, I'm not sure about this one, partner. Great steal by Wayne Trace. You're going to see it right in front of you. Brewer comes up from behind. Ooh. I think that is a clean block by Mr. Brewer.
Instead, Stoller's going to go to the line where he's 34 of 44 this year. First one on the way. He'll leave it short.
I get another look at it right here. Coming into your living room, don't get up and get a sandwich because you're going to see a block by Brewer. I guess maybe a little of the body right there. Tough call.
Good break for Antwerp. Stoller misses both free throws.
I like this matchup right here for Antwerp. Zane McMichael could take it off the dribble.
Ball poked out of the hands of Fuller. The Archers will retain possession.
Yeah, you better be strong with the basketball here tonight.
Over the wing, Leasty. Brewer calls for a screen. Both players end up sticking to him. The Archers have run a lot of time off the clock trying to find a good shot here.
And I think Coach Billman's going to talk to his guys about backside. If you have 3 guys staring at the basketball, that means the defense is just sitting in the key, right? Going to have to get some more motion movement, make that defense see ball and man on the move as opposed being stationary.
And timeout in the court will step aside as well. Wayne Trace and Lee, you're watching high school basketball on WOSN. (12-9) our score. Wayne Trace would lead over Antwerp here. Big matchup at the Green Meadows Conference tonight. Archers trying to stay within a game of current leader Paulding, while Wayne Trace really do or die the rest of the conference slate for the Raiders with 2 league losses.
Well, you've had a chance to see Hicksville. What were your impressions of Hicksville when you had a chance to see them?
They've had both some good and bad games. Truly, you can say that for just about everyone in the GMC this year.
Yeah, start out 9-0, I believe. They got off to a great start. Coach Tony Tier does a great job there year in, year out at Hicksville. Thought maybe with the graduation of Bergman a year ago, they might take a step backward. Well, I guess Klima stepped forward, scoring some points for them.
Following the timeout, Archers with the basketball, nearly turned it over. Brewer will get it back.
And just too much attention on Landon Brewer. At some point in time, partner, Antwerp's going to have to put him back on the low block and overload the other side and get maybe a 2-man game with Brewer, get it to the low block and let him go fast. Because as long as he's playing on the perimeter, just too easy for those double teams of Wayne Trace to come get him.
Cale Winnen's guilty of the foul. He saw the contact. His first, team's 4th. There's no serious foul trouble yet as we're halfway through this second quarter. Brewer, after his defender slips down, gets an open three. That one rims out. And Kyle Davis under the basket comes away with a miss. Sorry, Tyler Davis.
Yeah, Brewer just kind of rushed that shot. Finally had a little bit of daylight.
Lockoff with the spin, and he's able to score.
Oh, the ballerina, the pirouette. Poetry in motion, Brooks Lockoff.
He's already got 8 of the 14 for the Raiders. They enjoy one of their biggest leads of the night so far at 5. Entry pass inside. Fuller gets it down into the corner. Carson Aldemus with it.
Yeah, we're kind of snacking on danger here. Down 5 with 3:08 left. They need a bucket in the worst way.
Brewer able to step through the double team, but he's going to lose the handle. Now back to the hot hand and Brooks Lockoff. Stoller calling for it down on the low block, but doesn't get it. Instead, another pull-up jumper. And another bucket out of Brooks Lockoff.
Yeah, Lockoff, when he gets that one step and rise and fire, tough to get a hand in his face. He can shoot over top anybody.
Lockoff with 10 to the 16 for the Raiders. Here's Fuller, double teamed in the corner. Held the ball go off a wing trace player and out of bounds.
You got to wonder if Landon Brewer going to get a little frustrated. Nothing's come easy for him. Wayne Trace working hard. Your Coach Billman, you want to make sure your star guy is still in the right frame of mind.
Do you have the Jordan rules where do you let him score as much as you want, shut everyone else down, or do you make him beat you?
Right now, Wayne Trace is just denying him, forcing everybody else to beat him.
3-ball no good, but an offensive rebound pulled down Fuller. Fuller trying to save this one. He's going to throw it up, a little contact, and foul's going to go on Tanner Lockoff.
Carson Alton is going to bail Antwerp out. Great athletic ability to jump up, just take it away from Tanner Lockoff.
The Archers will inbound. Deflection off the inbound. Brewer setting up. He'll let fly from 3. That one's no good. Another rebound. Grabbed by Tyler Davis. Stoller, he'll lose the handle, so it's Antwerp comes up with a steal. We'll get a whistle and a foul as Parker Moore is going to head to the charity stripe.
Now Parker Moore, tremendous steal. Look at the quickness with the dribble. Almost faster with the ball in his hands. The backside official who's trailing it says it's a foul. Foul, and Tanner Lockoff, he can't believe it. I think he believes he got all ball.
So here's Parker Moore with a couple of made free throws as a part of a 4-point night at the line. And it's no good.
They kind of pulled the string, didn't follow through, pulled it back.
One more attempt coming here with 1:54 to go.
It looks like if he makes it, Antwerp's going to put some pressure on.
So Moore able to split the free throws. He's got half of Antwerp's offense.
And Camden Fuller going to total deny Brooks Lockoff. And both teams trying to deny the best player on the other team from even touching the basketball.
Lockoff still able to get it in his hands. Now he'll get rid of it. We'll swing it around here to Tanner Lockoff. That three's no good. And we'll get a whistle. Kyle Stoller trying to go up for a putback. Now we'll see whether or not officials say he's in the act of shooting.
Now this is almost another steal. Great work by Stoller on the backside. 80% of all rebounds go to the weak side. But he has a tendency to bring the ball where? He brings it down to his waist, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Teams have an ability to steal it because you're bringing the ball down. You're 6'3", keep the ball high, go strong. Keep your man card with you.
Officials deem that Kyle Stoller was in the act of going up for a putback when Brewer committed the foul. He'll knock down the first free throw. So Landon Brewer now with 2 fouls here, 1.5 minutes to go before halftime. Stoller able to get both tosses. (18-10). And now go the other way.
It's just kind of a weird pass. Looked like they had a set called. Not everybody got the call. Somebody's going to fly out from the wing, and Parker Moore was anticipating it, made the pass, but nobody was there.
So Raiders with a chance to add on what is currently an 8-point lead. Tanner Lockoff with it. Over to Brooks, top of the key. Tried to bank one in, couldn't get it to go. Brewer once again heads up court. Landon Brewer leaves it underneath and throws a pass and just hit hard off his teammate, Carson Aldemus. We heard that in the top row of the grandstands.
Love the idea of catching it on the move and attacking.
Doink.
But he is going through some trees of Davis, 6'4", Stoller, 6'3". They're making it difficult for number 21.
Aldemus might need a bag of ice at the half. That had to hurt.
Standing 8 count. And I want you to catch it from 5 feet away at 100 miles an hour.
Tough one in traffic, goes up no good. Tanner Lockoff comes up with a miss, gets the kick out. Here's Davis, he'll let fly for 3, left that one short. Brewer once again with a rebound, and now being mugged after he comes down with it, stops the clock.
If someone makes a 3-ball tonight, we should stop the game and award the ball, right? Both teams so juiced up. Shooting has not been pretty.
That leads Antwerp to a 1-and-1 situation here. That's the 7th foul, 3rd on Tanner Lockoff. And here is Landon Brewer, who's been held scoreless, and he will shoot the 1-and-1. First one is good.
Now we're surrounded by Wayne Trace fans, and they heard you say 3rd on Lockoff, and they gave you a quick look, and then they saw it was 5 and not 20. They were a little bit more relaxed.
Brewer able to split the free throws, so he is able to get into the scoring column. See what the Raiders do here in the final 30 seconds of the second quarter. Brooks Lockoff, he'll have the ball tapped out from behind, but it is saved by Cale Wittens. Goes into the corners, Hudson Myers with it. 3-ball well short, left open, ball squirts out of bounds, and it looks like Antwerp's going to have it with 12.1 to go.
You see the frustration on Davis's face on that last attempt, struggling to make a shot from behind the arc, now 0 for 3. He's a good shooter too at 35% on the year. If Antwerp can get a bucket here, boy, tons of momentum going into half.
Landon Brewer walks the ball into the front court. He's going to take it, buries it! Big way to end the half for the Antwerp Archers. It looked 30 seconds ago, Miles, like Wayne Trace was going to have at worst an 8-point halftime lead or maybe 10. Instead, 18-14 at the break.
Oh, big shot, Brewer. Another big shot for Antwerp, cuts it to 4. New life for the Archers.
Randy Roberts, Miles Holiday back with you here in the range in Antwerp. We are at the half, 18-14. Wayne Trace with a lead over the host Archers as they fight through matchup in the GMC. It looks like Paulding, the only team left unbeaten in conference play here as we get to the halfway point of the conference season in front of Hicksville. A little bit of a surprise, 32-14. So everyone chasing Paulding. But partner, what do you expect out of the second half of this one?
Well, first 4 minutes of this basketball game is going to be vital, especially Antwerp. They have the momentum. They should have been down 8 at half, but a little turn and a huge 3 by Landon Brewer cut it to 4. And if you're Wayne Trace, you got to be, oh man, we kind of dominated that first half and you're only up by 4. I think both teams are going to still have to deny the best players the basketball. Antwerp kind of went to denial against Brooks Lockoff, keep the ball out of his hands. Antwerp's going to have to figure out how to get the ball to Landon Brewer. Wayne Trace has just made a difficult offensive set for Landon Brewer, seeing double teams all the time.
So looking forward to what should be a good second half. Stay tuned. It's coming up for you next year in WOSN. Both teams getting ready to make their way back out onto the court here for the second half. Had quite the crowd file in here. Our producer Ken Reeker said something about sellouts. I don't think he's sold out. I think he was talking about the tickets were selling out. And if it's not a sellout, it is pretty darn close.
Now, a lot of standing room only. And you know it's a big game when you see Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard walking along the sideline. Celebrities are here tonight. There's Ken Reeker.
There's a face of a celebrity right there.
There's my partner right there, the mayor of Northwest Ohio. And, of course, there's the beautiful Sam on camera.
Good look to start the second half out of the Wayne Trace Raiders. Brooks Logoff right to the basket. He's now got 12.
Yeah, smart move by Logoff. Nobody really picked him up. Defense was on the hip. Nobody closed you out. Take it all the way.
3 ball from the corner. That one's going to be no good. So Brewers 3 at the end of the half, the only three-pointer either team made.
Yeah, see, attack that. After they trap Brewer, and you have the 4-on-3 advantage, attack the lane, make the defense pay. You can't hold it on the perimeter.
Brewer still trying to shake a defender. Rid of it over to Parker Moore. Moore a couple of ball fakes. Works through, is going to have that one blocked. It goes out of bounds. Going to stay with Antwerp.
A great job by Stoller. Recognizing the smaller Parker Moore is attempting it. Stay on the floor, wait for him to shoot, just deflect out of bounds.
Pass takes an extra bounce as it comes over the top. 3 ball once again. Hits off the heel of the iron. Rebound's going to be saved from going out of bounds. But over to Antwerp again. So here's Brewer, and he's going to draw the foul in the corner.
Oh, I'm not sure if he's followed old school basketball, but a little Reggie Miller on the baseline, corner 3 by Landon Brewer. A little pump fake. Gets Hudson Myers in the air. 3-point shot now at the free throw line.
So here's Brewer shooting 3, and the first one is good. Gives him 5 points so far tonight.
You see Jason Hale, head football coach of Antwerp, in the background.
Brewer hits the second.
There's Coach Hale right there. One of the nicest guys you're ever going to talk to. Love visiting with Coach Hale.
Bleeds Archer blue if he cuts himself shaving.
He sure does. And what a great season they had last 2 years, especially this year. Deep run, unfortunately cut short against a really good Lima Catholic Central team.
Skip pass over the top, good extra pass. It allows Raiders to move a little bit on offense, and Myers going to be called for the travel.
Coach Linder wants to know if maybe there's a little push to help Myers with the travel. Not going to get the call. Myers going to have a little seat. They're going to go back with Winans.
Antwerp with the basketball back. Now down just 3. Here's 6.5 to go in our third quarter. Winans with one job, just gets into the face of Brewer, puts his hands up, trying to work through a screen. It's going to leave someone open. And finally a 3 ball goes down. Leasty with a big shot.
Release, rotation, and splash for Leasty. Don't look now. We're all knotted up at 20.
First player not named Brewer to hit a 3-pointer for either team. A one-handed pass. Stoller left open. Nice job, Brewer, to come in on defense, but the loose ball goes right back to Stoller, and he scores.
2 unbelievable plays by Wayne Trace. First, the pass by Logoff, and then the stick-to-itiveness of Stoller on the finish.
Puts the Raiders back in front here. Brewer's going to have the ball knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Antwerp.
The problem with bringing Winans on the double team is the height disadvantage on Brewer, so Brewer can throw over top of him. Great help by Stoller.
Tried to get it inside to Brewer that time, but it's going to be taken away by Stoller. Stoller able to bring the ball into the front court himself. Stays up top. Trying to get it. Nice job with the deflections. Trying to get it inside to Tyler Davis.
Yeah, have a mismatch inside, but Parker Moore stepped around, poked it out before Davis could get it.
Logoff trying to get fancy with the basketball. Had it poked away. It's loose on the floor, and Antwerp forces the turnover.
Turn and go.
Moore, a shovel pass into the corner. Leasty able to attack the basket once again, And we'll see him head to the free throw line.
Now, Reed Leasty has put his stamp on this game here early in the second half. First with a three, and then a dribble drive gets himself to the free throw line.
He's there with 4:55 to go in our third quarter. As Kyle Stoller will pick up his second foul. First one does everything but fall through the cylinder. Leasty with 7 points tonight. Leave the second one a little short. And the Raiders come away with a basketball off the miss.
Now wind up being a great foul for Wayne Trace instead of giving up the easy bunny. Comes up an empty trip for Antwerp.
Raiders with this one, a little double clutch on the pass by Winans. Brooks lock off with it. There's the entry pass down low. Skip comes over. Here is Tanner Lockoff for three. It's no good. So we stay 22-20 in our scoreboard tonight, brought to you by Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Tried to go tied. Now we'll get a whistle and a foul on the drive as Landon Brewer will head back to the free throw line.
Yeah, a little bit of movement makes it tough to get double teamed, doesn't it? That time Brewer dove to the lane. Wayne Trace thought it was clean. Official says no way, it's not.
Tyler Davis is going to pick up his second foul. The Brewer continues to make hay at the free throw line now. 5 makes there. Part of his 8-point effort so far tonight. And he'll add on to that, and we are tied once again. The Antwerp defense daring Winans to shoot the basketball. Now he picks up his dribble. He'll need some help.
That's McMichael that's trying to play denial on Lockoff.
Winans with a ball fake, and he's going to be called for the travel.
How about the front?
I think you and I both saw the same thing at the same time.
We sure did. Coaching basketball can be joyful, other times a little stressful.
Watch the bottom right. Yeah, watch the bottom right corner of your screen. After that, he got the universal shoot the basketball sign.
Oh, Jim Linder wearing his emotions on his sleeve there.
Cross-court pass, open three. That one hits off iron. Brooks Lockoff being chased. Gets rid of the basketball. And both Moore and McMichael on him. Trying to come off the screen. Winans again able to drive. And this time he'll draw the foul, which has the Wayne Trace faithful a little excited.
Now, Parker Moore's got to settle down, right? You know Winans isn't going to beat you with the three ball, right? So let him shoot that. Don't go running out of control, and then a little pump fake and dribble drive gets you in trouble. Make him shoot over top.
First foul of the half whistled against the Archers, comes with 3:18 to go in our third quarter. It's the second personal tonight against Parker Moore. Raiders have it once again in a tied basketball game. Trying to get the entry pass. Stoller double teamed. He's able to turn around baseline and bury the short jumper.
Oh, big time move. Talk about some great post moves. I think Caden Zachrich at Defiance has great post moves. Well, so does Kyle Stoller at Wayne Trace.
Raiders back on top. Stoller with 6 tonight. Fuller had the basketball momentarily. His little jump stop. Leasty gets it inside. A good look in the score. Ben Savina didn't play a lot. Will score. Now the Raiders will take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Tied game here on WOSN. It's 24-24, late third quarter. Miles, I think there's something you wanted to see here.
Yeah, big guys, what do you do right? Well, you always go to the low block. That's what Ben Savina did. Goes to the low block on the dribble drive, and it was Reed Leasty who's been living in the lane after making that big three to get his offensive game going in this half, found Savina on the low block. The big fella put it in to tie this thing up.
I think this is, we're going to see the call for the timeout.
Might be the best call for a timeout that we've ever seen.
So Raiders after the stoppage here. Stoller step back jumper from about 18 feet, no good. Not sure if that's what coach had drawn up. It's Jim Linder now. A little red in the face. Turnaround's no good. Here is McMichael trying to go baseline. He can't get it to go. Rebound is then ripped out of the hands of Fuller.
Now here's the play right here. A little hop step inside defense collapse. Savino, what'd you do right? I just hung out on the low block. I get rewarded with 2 points. Great find by Lisi. Great replay by producer Ken Reeker.
Inbound pass knocked away. We'll do it again here. 2:11 to go, quarter number 3.
I think that replay was captured by our favorite camera guy, RoboCam, down on the baseline, wasn't it?
Rowe's done a pretty solid job for us this year. And someone lost their man as Reed Leasty from under the basket spins and scores.
Put a bow on that gift right there. You said it right, partner. Got lost. Defensive mix-up. 3 points for Antwerp.
3 ball in the other end is going to be up and good. But Hudson Myers stepping up in a big way.
Hudson Myers, not known for the 3 ball. His first one of the year. 100% on the year, Hudson Myers.
Big one right there, makes it 27-26. Now we have what I believe is an off-ball foul. Cale Winans is going to pick up his second. 4th whistle against Wayne Trace here in the second half. Brewer gets the inbound. Needs some help getting rid of it. Leasty once again picks up his dribble, but it's going to be slapped away, and he's able to take advantage and score.
A second time, they just forgot about him after he picks up his dribble, takes advantage of no one being around. Leasty has been the spark plug for the Archers in this third quarter.
The lead goes back and forth here in our third. Stoller up over a double team, puts it right up and in.
Wallace has the field the last minute of the fourth quarter. This third quarter has been absolutely sensational.
Archers with a basketball as we roll down under a minute to go in our third. Leasty right to the basket, trying to go left hand, and he's going to draw the foul as he barrels into Tyler Davis.
Now Wayne Trace better hunker down and get in front of Leasty because he is using his quickness to beat everybody off the dribble, and he is wreaking havoc in the key offensively for Antwerp.
Third foul now on Davis. And Leasty back to the free throw line. Leasty now with 11 tonight. And he'll make it 12 as the first free toss is good. Also ties us up 29 all, as you see on our Carry Insurance scoreboard. Second one airborne and in.
It'll be interesting to see if Wayne Trace goes back to Stoller, starting to assert himself inside. Got Savina on him on the low block on the right-hand side.
One player that's had a quiet third quarter, Brooks Lockoff. Myers with it, Stoller left open, little double clutch, but he's able to get it and score.
A good find by Hudson Myers. Little screen, then a roll backside, all by himself, walled off Savina.
Puts the Raiders back in front momentarily. Here's Brewer. 2 defenders on him, he'll just outrun them. He finds the open man, here's Parker Moore. Couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Brewer. Brewer now is fouled as Brooks Lockoff trying to reach in. That is not what head coach Jim Linder wanted.
Thing is, didn't really need to, right? Brewer did such a sensational job of getting the weak side rebound, Just play in front of them. Keep running that double team at them. No need to reach.
Stops the clock with 11 seconds to go. Rebound into Brewer. Once again, a left open player is going to hit the three as Leasty buries his second of the night.
How about the third quarter for Reed Leasty? 35% on the year behind the arc, 100% that time. It's bananas here at Antwerp.
2-point lead for the Archers, fourth quarter coming up next. Partner, the Antwerp Archers have had one play that hasn't been successful most of the night. Landon Brewer's double team finds the open man most of the night. It's been either Reed Leasty or Parker Moore. Continue to put up shots that haven't fallen, but a big bucket as the horn sounded to the third quarter by Reed Leasty has given the Archers a 33-31 lead as we move to our fourth quarter.
Well, we know Reed Leasty, having watched him in the fall in football, is a mentally tough and physically tough individual. That showed out in the third quarter. Stepped forward when they needed it. But how about Landon Brewer? How many kids would have been frustrated after that first half where teams are just double teaming them right and the game's not easy? Mentally tough to fight through that, be a playmaker instead of a scorer right before the end of the quarter.
And on top of it, Antwerp is going to have possession of the basketball as we move on to quarter number 4. Can the Archers put together 2 back-to-back possessions? They can! Brewer falls down as he hits the 3.
Oh, just needs a glimmer of daylight. Unbelievable. Big shooters make big shots in big moments. Landon Brewer, big time.
6-point swing to end the third, open the fourth. And it's given the Archers their biggest lead of the night, 36-31. Here's Lockoff. He'll let fly from 3. Gets an extra bounce, doesn't go. Stoller had the offensive rebound, but it's whistled away, and Antwerp comes up with it.
Yeah, Reed Leasty recognized Stoller, brought it down, got his hands at it, stole it away from the big fella.
Skip pass over the top. Leasty, the hot hand, tried to go for his fourth 3 of the night, but it doesn't go, and it's out of bounds. It's going to stay Archer basketball.
How about Coach Billman working the officials? Get a striped shirt on him, pointing the ball should stay with Antwerp. He gets the call.
Archers have it. See on our Carry Insurance scoreboard, 36-31. Coach Billman still having words. Here's Leasty. Over to Zane McMichael. And now Brewer will come get the basketball. Imagine the Archers be a little bit more patient with a lead, 6.5 to go. Skip pass over the top. 3 ball from the corner's no good. Nice job, Brewer, to save the possession. I'm sorry, that was not Brewer, that was Leasty. And now a whistle and a foul. And it looks like Antwerp is going to be in the bonus.
He has answered the bell time and time again tonight in this second half. Reed Leasty with another tough play. Grind it out on the floor. I'll get some splinters. Big takeaway for Reed Leasty.
So Parker Moore at the line. Shooting the 1-and-1. He'll make the first. We have a leader in the clubhouse for a Hustle Award winner coming up later tonight.
There's a lot of time left. This thing is not over by the long stretch. Biggest lead tonight for Antwerp. Who's going to answer for Wayne Trace? There's a lot of candidates, buddy.
Lead has grown now to 7, 6:17 to go. Stoller calls for the basketball, doesn't get it. Here's Tyler Davis to the rack, leaves it underneath. Stoller. See if they give him. Did not see anyone actually give them. They are going to count the basket.
Little 2-man big game inside, high-low. Great pass by Davis. athletic ability, the big guy. And of course, Stoller, top corner, undefeated, fights through the foul. Old-fashioned three-point attempt.
Stoller with 12, trying to make it 13, and he will as the free throw is good.
But just when you think they're gonna go away, they pull you back in.
4-point game on our Carry Insurance scoreboard. Moore, baseline, gets rid of it, finds McMichael. Gets it back. Brewer telling him to back up, I think reset the offense. There's Leasty through a double team, and we do get a kicked ball. It's going to stop play here with 5.5 to go.
I thought he kicked it himself. I thought he used his own foot to kick it. Evidently, is Wayne Trace from my position where we're at. I thought when he passed it, he used his own foot.
That's wrong sport. Brewer off the inbound. Corner three doesn't go. 3 sets of hands going for the rebound. And it's an offensive board by Zane McMichael. And a timeout called to save a possession.
And Coach Billman's going to go out and say, can I deny the timeout and take the 3 that was made instead?
So 38-34, Antwerp with the lead.
This has been fun, hasn't it? That was even the first half when it wasn't exactly the cleanest game. It was still a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then that third quarter, what an instant classic that was. Every single possession was absolutely nuts. This is going to be a great finish.
Second year in a row we've managed to finagle this game to broadcast. Last year's, we knew what was on the line. These the top 2 teams in the GMC. A little bit of a different feel this year with how the race in the Green Meadows Conference has unfolded, but just high intensity, knowing that this will be the only time these two will meet this year.
I guess the GMC does get that right in that respect, right? Every game is the end of the world because they only play each other once, as opposed to home and home. That's a little bit different, right?
Hey, you lose this one, well, we're going to get them again later on.
Not in the GMC, baby. You better win every single one. It's an elimination game. Both teams playing like it.
Well, Wayne Trace hoping for a little bit of help with 2 conference losses. It's a lot to be played. Both student sections have done their fair share of keeping everyone amped up. And they even have the differences. You have the blackout of Antwerp, which you see there. You have the white lies going on for Wayne Trace. So even the student sections, the stark contrast.
Yeah, both student sections have showed up in a big way.
Zane McMichael with a basketball. Here's Leasty, top of the key. That one nearly blocked from the side. Brewer with the offensive rebound, doesn't get it to go. But Landon Brewer will head right back to the free throw line.
There's the student section right. Blackout for the Archers, and then the white lie with Wayne Trace. What it has is they write a saying that's not true. It's the opposite on their shirts. We were visiting with them before the game, and there are some funny ones over there. Like one said, I'm not a fan of Randy Roberts, which I thought that was kind of cool, because it really means what, buddy? They're a fan of you.
That's right. Brewer, 2 big misses from the free throw line. There was one about miles and popcorn rankings. Really long to be written down on a T-shirt, but that move out of Lockoff.
Little Statue of Liberty. Give me Liberty or give me 2 points. Brooks Lockoff delivers.
14 for him now. Cuts that lead to 2. There's the cutter inside. Tough shot. Carson Alderman is able to get in and get his first bucket of the night.
Oh, it's a truism in basketball. If you trail a cutter through the lane, it's either going to be a layup or you're going to foul him. That time to layup. Great movement by Ultimus.
Leading our Carry Insurance scoreboard back to 4. Stoller with positioning comes up to the high block. Wittens left the lane. He'll go right to the basket, able to put it up and in.
Just lowered his shoulder, kind of cleared out like a young Charles Barkley. Got to the low block and the low floater goes in.
40-38. One that's been great here in the second half. McMichael 3 ball too long. Davis just takes the rebound away. Here's Lockoff with it. Feels that trailer behind him. Give to his brother, now gets it back. He'll let fly, long range, buries it.
Oh, it's deafening over here on the Wayne Trace sideline because Brooks Lockoff tickles the twine. Big shot for Brooks.
17 for him, and it has his team back in front by a point. McMichael gets rid of the basketball, gets it back. Leasty not afraid to shoot. Here's Parker Moore. Moore picked up his dribble, needs help. He'll get rid of it. It's like a 2-3 zone now this time out of Wayne Trace.
Just good help side principles. They're playing man on the back side against Brewer, who's easy to defend because he's been on the low block just standing.
So a little box and one. It's the entry pass. Altimus with a spin, puts it up and in.
Mr. Cole, big time, another spin move.
Talk about spins, one right there out of Kyle Stoller. Didn't get it to go, but he's gonna go to the line.
There's Altimus using the left hand. Boy, big shot after big shot after big shot.
Gotta believe that's what our final 2:34 is gonna be.
Can we put more time on? This is so much fun.
So here's Kyle Stoller back at the line. First one is good. Well, buddy, I'm not sure if you know this, but if there's no winner after the regular amount of time, they will add some more to it.
Yeah, free basketball. Here's what I think the most improved part of Stoller's game. 77% on the arc, or on the free throw line this year. Remember last year was about a 58% free throw shooter. You can tell he's worked on it.
Stoller's now got 15. More importantly, as you see in our Carry Insurance scoreboard, his team back in front by 1. How much time do the Archers want to take here? Parker Moore, his pass comes over the top. Back out to Zane McMichael. McMichael back to Moore. Moore, a couple of ball fakes. McMichael trying to go baseline. Have to get it back out behind him. 3 ball doesn't go. And we're going to get a push on the rebound with 1:53 left.
Yeah, Hunsa Myers playing denial up high, but then as the shot goes up, Brewer runs down to the block and pins Meyer to get position. About the 3rd time he's able to do that in this half. Came up empty on his last 2 free throws. Brewer's got to come up big here for the Archers.
9th team foul on Wayne Trace. So here's Brewer shooting the 1-and-1 with a chance to either tie or take the lead.
9 for Wayne Trace, only 3 for Antwerp. You wonder if they'll even up in the last 153.
This one is good, and we are tied. Second one, Brewer knew it too. Tried to chase it down as he misses. Splits the free throws, but ties us up here. Here's Lockoff with the basketball.
Well, 2-man game, Lockoff and Stoller.
Good switch as well. Stoller turnaround, hits both sides of the iron. 2 teammates fight for the rebound as Antwerp comes away with it.
A little friendly fire almost cost them the defensive board.
And now a timeout taken. It's timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well here. Minute 19 to go. Tied game. We'll see how it ends at WOSN. (43-43). What a game we've got. That is Miles. I'm Randy. There's Sam, Ken, whole crew. Great to be with you here tonight from the range in Antwerp.
This has been so much fun. This has been a classic matchup. It's what happens when you get 2 teams, 2 towns, 2 coaches that they love basketball and they cherish these moments. Sad that somebody's got to lose this one, but man, what a great battle.
I told you in our pregame, the 57th meeting between these two. Wayne Trace leads the all-time series 40-16. Raiders trying to extend their winning streak to 3 in a row over Antwerp. 3 in a row. Win tonight would also make it 4 of the last 5. For these two head their separate ways down the tournament trail. Wayne Trace in Division 3, Antwerp in Division 4.
Yeah, both teams with deep runs a year ago, and look like they have a chance again this year to make a deep run.
Here's Leasty. He's going to have the ball rejected. Ball was loose on the pass as Winans had have inadvertently hit his own foot trying to get rid of the basketball. And Antwerp in the scrum gets it back with under a minute left.
I could just feel the panic in the building. That loose ball, both teams scrambling for it. Antwerp came up with it.
Now running down to that part of the night where you might think about running this out and getting the final shot.
It's a lot of time to take care of the basketball. 40 seconds left.
More to Leasty to McMichael.
Antwerp still has 2 timeouts. Wayne Trace with 4.
And the kick out. 24 seconds left, and there's one thrown away. Big turnover, and Wayne Trace will get it back.
Just too far. Didn't need to be done. You got a little skip pass right there. Get somebody to come back and help you. Tried to make it. Thought McMichael was going to go to the corner. He cut towards the hoop. We're going to get a timeout. Wayne Trace.
And Wayne Trace is going to draw some up on offense. We'll see what they've got in mind when we return. And we want to thank Carey Insurance for being our scoreboard sponsor tonight. Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Partner, you brought up a good point during that timeout. 43-43. You mentioned the fouls, 9 against Wayne Trace, 3 on Antwerp, 22.9 left. You're the Archers, you're using up the 3 you have left to give, right?
Do not allow Wayne Trace to run this down and get a good shot with 22.9. You have the advantage of fouls to give, so let them work some clock, then go ahead and get a foul. Make them inbound it time and time again.
Raiders also have to go the length of the floor. Ball in the hands of Brooks Lockoff. Lockoff with a quiet second half. And that is exactly what Antwerp has planned, but Wayne Trace able to get a timeout.
Coach Billman was trying to talk to the official saying, he was on the line, called the turnover, but the timeout was there first. Good alert timeout by Jim Linder. Saving possession as Lockoff had been trapped.
So give it a reset. You see in our Carey Insurance scoreboard, 43 all. Timeout situation. I have Wayne Trace 2 fulls, Antwerp a full in 2 30s. And as Miles had mentioned, Antwerp still 3 fouls to give. Next Wayne Trace foul, should it come to that, will put Antwerp at the line for the double bonus.
If I'm Wayne Trace, I'm inbounding it to Lockoff somehow, some way, and then I'm going to have a back screen set up for Stoller to come to the opposite block. Quick pass before the foul can be committed. Let Stoller go ahead and work on the inside.
So the official's going to double check with the book. We just noticed Coach Billman, after sending his guys back onto the floor, the universal commit the foul sign. And now Coach Linder having a conversation to make sure that was his timeout that was being used there.
Now with Lockoff taking the ball out of bounds, McMichael's going to have to be quick once this ball is inbound to get on Lockoff right away so he doesn't get a pass back to him.
That's exactly what the plan is. Lockoff with a little 2-man game with Stoller. Stoller takes the 3, hits it! Antwerp's going to use a timeout. Oh, what a basket! Kyle Stoller, who's had a big night.
A little 2-man game. Stoller, the defense just kind of leaves him. Just turns around, Ham all alone. Oh, what the heck? I'll go ahead and bury this to give us the lead. Big shot for Kyle Stoller.
2.9 left. And the officials talking. They're having a conversation, trying to decide if they're going to put more time on the clock We saw Antwerp ask for the timeout once the ball went through the cylinder. Now it depends on how long until an official saw him.
Let's see if we can get a replay, and we'll see what the time should be on the clock as the shot is complete.
I don't know if we'll get a look at the scoreboard. Our scorebug is stuck, or not stuck, but we're at the 2.9. So that is what the officials are going to talk about here.
Well, we knew it would be a two-man game between Lockoff and Stoller, but we didn't know it was going to be a three-ball by Stoller to give him the lead and might give them the win.
Coach Billman joining the officials, and they're going to put a second on, so 3.9.
Yeah, so allows you to inbound it to half court and then get another timeout.
And Wayne Trace is going to take one before that. The Raiders using one of their fulls left.
Well, if you're Wayne Trace, do you want to commit the foul? You don't want to give a three-point shot attempt, right?
Yeah.
So you could commit the foul here, force them to make free throws, and then the miss. It is a lot of skewing going on in the brains trying to figure this out.
There is a lot of strategy being played out both sides here. We expected nothing less on a nearly sold-out range.
Well, one thing that's evident, right? Do not let Landon Brewer catch this basketball. You have any doubt in your mind, if he catches the ball, he's going to get a shot attempt off. Do not let him catch it if you're Wayne Trace.
See what the Archers elect to do.
Do you go big on the inbound? The great Christian Leitner shot against Kentucky. Nobody was on the inbounder. I've always liked having a guy on the inbound. And it's going to be Brewer that takes it out. He's playing the role of Grant Hill.
Get it in at the free throw line, and there is the timeout that Antwerp wanted. Down to just 1 second, though.
Yeah, you're still okay. You got a catch and shoot opportunity. If they put Brewer on the low block, you better be aware if you're Wayne Trace that he's going to run back to the arc on a double screen set. You're going to have to deny him the basketball. And keep in mind, you still can foul with 1 second left. Just don't let him get the shot off.
What a night we've had. Here at the range. 1 second and 3 points needed for Antwerp. What do the Archers have in mind? And Wayne Trace will now take a timeout. So they've seen what Antwerp had lined up.
Yeah, Randy, they just wanted to see what Antwerp was going to set up and call the timeout. Being aware of who's going to be coming back to the inbound to catch and shoot.
Just wanted to take a look at what the formation was going to be. And now, does Antwerp change it with a little bit more time? Do they stick with what they have drawn up? What a night. We knew it was going to be a good one here in Antwerp. JV game down to the wire, varsity game down to the wire. Looks like Parker Moore will do the inbounding. Moore looking for someone. Gets it in. Brewer, turnaround three is short. And Wayne Trace has come to town. The Raiders with a big win on the road. They now have made it 3 in a row over Antwerp as they've held off the Archers 46-43. We'll take a timeout. We'll have a little post-game for you next. You're watching high school basketball live on WOSN. Well, we only had one option for a Stolly Insurance Hustle Award winner, the man who hustled the big game-winning shot at the end. That is Kyle Stoller. He's with our Miles Holiday down on the floor.
And Kyle Stoller, there you are with the Hardwood Hero game ball. Congratulations. 20 points tonight, but of course none bigger than the big three-point shot to put your team ahead and to get the win. Walk us through that last play. What was it like having the opportunity with the fate of your team in your hands?
Well, it's kind of a broken play. Brooks was supposed to get it going the other way. He didn't. Threw it up. I wasn't really sure how much time there was, so I saw the rim, just like a practice shot, and thankfully it went in.
The big smile evident by the big shot indeed. This was a must-win for you guys. 2 losses already in the GMC. Had you lost, been out of the race. How big was this effort?
It was huge. Obviously to keep us in the GMC race, but to get everyone's confidence up. I mean, I love Raider Nation. They always show up in big games like this, so that's awesome.
Look at the student section behind you. How fun is this?
Oh, this is awesome. This is Raider Nation for you, baby.
This might be one of those wins that propels you guys going forward. What's it going to take for you guys to go ahead and get back in this league race and maybe win it?
We're going to have to focus every day in practice, come out, play with intensity every game, and don't take any team for granted.
All right, Kyle, you are the player of the game. That means you get the half-court shot right here. That hoop where you made the game-winning shot. Can you make it with the student body all around you? Oh, congratulations, Kyle Stoller, our player of the game.
Yes, Kyle Stoller, big effort. Again, the big three-pointer with 3.9 seconds to go, the game winner, as the Raiders have come to Antwerp, taking their third in a row over the Archers, 46-43. We want to thank everyone for making our night here in Antwerp possible. Starts with the athletic director for Antwerp Schools, Mr. Drew Altimus, and of course, can't thank Samantha Ryan enough for her work on the cameras as well, and of course, our director and producer, Mr. Ken Reeker. So an exciting night of basketball here on the range. Wayne Trace come to town. Raiders 46, Archers 43. For my partner, Miles Holiday, and our entire WOSN crew, I'm Brady Roberts. Thanks for watching high school basketball.